I'm kind of curious with the last chapter, what you thought about Anders. Like, should he have had a consequence because he didn't follow the rule of putting the game back up? So, you could ask yourself, was it okay? Was it not okay? And what should have happened? I don't know. Chapter 11, when Rain went to school. Rain, that's the dog. So she's going to go to school. Ooh, I wonder what's going to happen. Don't forget to turn that chapter heading into a question. On school day number 33, Uncle Weldon pulls his black Chevrolet Montana into our driveway at 8:16 a.m. He sees Rain and me sitting on the porch, and he waves to us by sticking his left hand out the window. Then he sticks his head out the window. "Rose," he calls, "bring Rain. I don't have to go into work today. Rain can spend the day with me." This is not part of the routine. I stand on the porch for a moment and look at Rain. "Come on," my uncle calls. "Rain and I will have fun together, and she won't be lonely." Okay. I lock the door behind me since my father has already left for the garage, and I lead Rain to the truck. Rain sits between Uncle Weldon and me while we ride to Hatford Elementary. "Is build and build on your homonyms list?" asks Uncle Weldon as we drive past the coffee cup on Route 28. "I thought of that one last night." "Yes," I say. "I really like that pair." Rain puts one of her paws in my lap and I stroke her toes. "What are you and Rain going to do today?" "She can run around the yard while I stack firewood. Then maybe we'll go for a walk." Okay. Even though this is not the routine, I'm glad that Rain will have a nice time with Uncle Weldon. We reach School Lane and my uncle says, "I hope you have a good day, Rose. Rain and I will see you at 2:42. He turns into the drop-off lane and reaches across my lap to open the door. "Bye," I say. Before I hop out, Uncle Weldon and I touch our hearts with our crossed fingers. I run to Mrs. Liebler, who is waiting for me at the front door. "Good morning, Rose," she says. We hurry along side by side through the corridors to Mrs. Cushell's room. I have already hung up my sweater and am taking my homework out of my backpack when Flo says, "Hey, a dog!" Flo is pointing to the doorway, so I turn around and look at the doorway. There's Rain, standing under the list of class rules. "Rain!" I exclaim. "What are you doing here?" "Is that your dog?" asks Anders. Rain sees me and trots across the room to my desk. "Yes," I say. "Is that your dog from your composition?" asks Josh Bartell. "Yes," I say. "What's she doing here?" Flo wants to know. I shake my head. "I guess she followed me." Rain must have jumped out of the truck before Uncle Weldon could close the door. "But how did she know where you were? You've been here for like 2 minutes before she found our room," points out a girl named Parvani. "She followed me with her nose," I tell her. I sit on the floor and put my arms around Rain. She licks my forehead and then she sits down too. "She's so cute," cries Flo. She joins us on the floor. "Can I pat her?" "Yes." Flo runs her hand down Rain's back and Rain makes her smiling face. "How old is she?" asks Josh. He sits down with us, which makes 3 humans and 1 dog sitting on the floor of Mrs. Cushell's room. "I'm not sure. My father found her one night in the rain. We don't know how old she was then." "So she's a rescue dog?" asks Anders. Before I can answer him, Parvani says, "How did she follow you with her nose?" "She has a very sharp sense of smell. All dogs do, but I think Rain is special." Everyone is crowded around us now, even Mrs. Liebler and Mrs. Cushell. 5 people are patting Rain at once. This is when I hear Uncle Weldon say, "Excuse me," and then, "Oh, thank goodness, Rain, there you are." My uncle is at the door of our classroom. "She found me," I say. "Did she ever? She wanted to follow you after you got out of the truck. I held her back, but when I finally let go of her to close the door, she jumped out." Uncle Weldon turns to Mrs. Cushell. "I'm so sorry about this," he said. "It's my fault. I was the one who wanted to bring Rain along this morning." Mrs. Cushell is smiling. "No harm done." "Rain has a smart nose," says Flo, and she strokes Rain's nose. "You're so lucky, Rose," says Parvani. Mrs. Cushell lets everyone visit with Rain for 3.5 more minutes before she says, "All right, class, it's time to get to work. Say goodbye to Rain." Uncle Weldon has a leash in his pocket, and he clips it to Rain's collar before he leads her out into the hall. "Goodbye, Rain. Goodbye, Rain," call my classmates. In the cafeteria that day, my lunchroom buddies and I have a lot to talk about. I'm curious, how do you think Rain coming to the classroom today helped Rose with her classmates? Like, what did it do? So tell me some cause and effect about Rain coming to the classroom today.